Okay, well, welcome to day 2, and we are a third of the way through the course. By noon today, we'll be halfway through the course. So this would be an important time to sort of take stock. Am I where I want to be? Am I hitting my goals? Am I confronting what it is I need to confront, if anything? If I'm looking for a breakthrough, have I set that up? Have I got the results I want? Have I connected with the people I want? Have I got whatever insight or training or techniques I want? Am I getting the BV and the results I want? And that I would suggest would be key. So check in. Again, in a few hours, you're going to be halfway through, and then we're on the backside of the event. And typically for me, the second day has a very different feeling than the first day, and the second half has a very different feeling than the first half. This is where we start to see people kind of having breakthroughs and moving into the zone. Now, this is not to set up an expectation that you should be in the zone. But we had some people yesterday saying, I'm in the zone, it feels great. And you know, it's something to look for, but it's not required, it's not the essence, and don't feel disappointed if that doesn't happen. It's just something that we're seeing is a really great place to be. And at this point in the event, I'm going to also ask you to look at your commitment to keeping this alive. So it's one thing to come to a multi-day course, have a great time, be inspired, get some information, some knowledge, some results. It's another thing to make a commitment to keep it alive beyond the event. And the very best way we know to do that is power hours. You organize. Don't wait for somebody else to organize. I Am a Champion Day, which you can organize. Everybody's qualified. Here's the magic wand. Okay, you're all endowed and qualified to do I Am a Champion Days. And boot camps. And then, of course, Dream Academy and the International Conference. So if you're in an area where there's not an I Am a Champion or Power Hour happening, do it. You do it if you want to keep your thing alive. Also, it's a leadership exercise to offer it. And you know what? The cool thing is you may be the only one that shows up. And that's totally fine. Look, when Chris and I first got started in network marketing, we had events where we were the only one who showed up. And it was actually, I could have let myself get upset or distressed or, you know, all that stuff. But what we actually did, we said, great, there'll be no distractions. Let's get busy working. See? So it's great if they come, it's great if they don't come. Either way is good because guess what? You're building your path to freedom. You're building the road to freedom. And you know, and for me, freedom's an acquired taste. I don't know that everybody's ready for it. I don't know that everybody wants it. Maybe intellectually people want it. But when it comes down to doing it, it really separates people out. And if you've acquired the taste, you want it, you're ready to own the rest of your life, then I say don't wait for anybody. Are you going to have your freedom be dependent upon what other people do? Or do you want it bad enough it's going to be dependent upon what I do? This is mine. I'm doing it. If you want to come, it's great. I'd love you to come. And if you don't, I'm still doing it. That's the kind of posture that will get you where you want to go quickly. So again, don't worry if nobody else wants to play, because when you're standing in that place of freedom, you'll have what you're after. So we are, again, a third of the way through. We're moving into the halfway point. Again, time to consolidate, time to review your goals, review your objectives, make some commitments going forward for today, for the event, for the rest of the week, for the following weekend, for future events. Get yourself in a good position so that you're fully supportable. And what I mean by that is, if you're, I think everybody wants the support, but are you supportable? Are you supportable? And what I mean by that is, I think people who have a commitment and they're committed to that commitment and they're in action, and for whatever mechanical or whatever reason they're not hitting, that's fine. Because they're fully supportable, because they're in action and they have a plan and they're committed. I find those people highly supportable. Somebody who either doesn't have a plan or they're not committed to it, or they're just in a place of confusion without commitment, they're slightly supportable, but I'm going to guess that if somebody, you, myself, if we're on a committed path to freedom, I don't know how many people would be, not willing, but are interested in slowing down for that. In other words, For somebody who's put themselves in a position to be supportable, I think anybody's going to come back down that mountain and say, here's a hand, let's do it together, right? So get yourself in a position where you're supportable, where you've got a commitment, you've got a plan, you're committed to that plan, you're in action, and yes, stuff comes up, and that's where support's valuable, right? We cannot expect world-class mountain climbers to go back to base camp for somebody who's thinking about climbing the mountain. Somebody who's got the gear, they're ready to go, and they've got a blister on their foot because of action. Yeah, they're supportable. Yeah, we'll help them go up the hill. But if they're not again in action with a plan, committed to that plan, it would be a big ask to ask world-class people to engage on the level of, well, I'm thinking about it, and maybe, and if the weather holds and everything, and the moon's in Aquarius and everything's right, maybe I'll take the first step. That's not a highly supportable position. So that's what I have to say for this. Thanks for your participation. Now we're going to have some sharing from each of you.